What's up, everyone? This is Smooth J Gaming back with another video of our NBA 2K23 All Time Greats League. As you saw last episode, the Portland Trail Blazers took the NBA championship with a dominant playoff run led by LeBron James, who ended up winning the finals MVP. They had Penny Hardaway, Bob McAdoo, and there you see LeBron, number 33 on this team, taking his finals MVP. Like I said in the first episode, I chose to use what I thought was the most prime version of LeBron, which was in the middle of his Miami Heat era. He was still insanely athletic at that time. He had been able to work on his shooting over the years. And an underrated part of his Miami Heat reign was that he embraced being a villain. I don't think he cared as much what people thought of him, and I think it made him play a lot looser and a lot more clutch at times. Here's the free agency. We got some huge names: Wilt Chamberlain, Dirk, Kareem, LeBron once again is a free agent. Michael is a restricted free agent. They have lots of offers here. Vince Carter as well. Now let's see who signed where. LeBron goes to the Bulls to join with Wilt Chamberlain. Kareem goes back to the Knicks. Jordan goes back to the Heat. So the biggest move is LeBron jump ship again. First, he started on the Lakers for 1 year, then Portland, and now he's on the Bulls. So just like in real life, LeBron is switching teams a little more than the old school players did, which is something that's a complicated situation for sure. On one hand, I love that the players have taken some control from the owners and are able to go to whatever team that they would like or to the highest bidder. On the other hand, we're not going to see as many players that get to that mythical legend status of getting drafted to one team and playing out a long career on that team. Let's see the power rankings. The Houston Rockets are expected to be first, led by John Stockton. They got Kevin McHale as well, Willis Reed. Pistons are second with Oscar Robertson, Jerry Lucas, Cat, and Chris Webber. I wasn't sure who Fred Brown was. He's a player from the 70s, though. I thought he might have been one of the rookies. The Heat are ranked third. They got Jason Kidd, Michael Jordan, Grant Hill, Draymond, Anthony Davis, and Dame from Portland. It's a pretty stacked team. Sonics are in fourth. KJ, Chauncey Billups, Julius Ervin. The Nuggets with Kuzi, Tracy McGrady, Scottie Pippen, and they got some good size with Jarrett Allen and David West. The Pelicans are ranked sixth. I don't know. I don't think they're going to be in the top with that roster. The Bulls, they got LeBron and Wilt Chamberlain. I'm surprised that they're not ranked a little bit higher. Two of the best athletes maybe in any sport in the world in history. The Hawks, the Bucks led by Steph Curry are up there as well. Looks like Evan Mobley has developed a lot, which is cool to see some of the rookies and young players from the current NBA stepping up in this all-time great league. Zion left us to the Clippers, traitor. And there's us at the very bottom, the Raptors. We still got D Rose, Kobe, LaMelo. We've lost Dwight Howard and Zion Williamson. That's what happens when you play in Canada. People don't want to play for us. Portland, the team that won last year, they got Penny still. They got Bob McAdoo. The Warriors have Durant and Tim Duncan with Donovan Mitchell. So now we're halfway through the season. We got Durant leading the league in points. Bob McAdoo is up there as well, 26.1 per game. Durant and Westbrook are both near the top. That's pretty funny knowing the little rivalry that they have. Bob Pettit, once again, is having a great season. Oscar Robertson, Steph is up there. Wilt. We got the reigning MVP Kareem up there. Our guy Trae Young's having a big season. See Dr. J is number 10 there. Seems like the players' stats are getting a little bit better year by year. Ray Allen, Rick Barry, Elgin Baylor, John Morant. Then we have D Rose from the Raptors as well. MJ's just barely in the top 20 in terms of rebounds. Bob Pettit, once again, is having a huge year. Got Bill Russell in second place. His main rival, Wilt, in third. McHale, Bob McAdoo, Bill Walton, Shaq, Hakeem. All of the typical big men that you would expect. In terms of assists, Let's see who we got at the top here. Steph is leading the league. Walt Frazier's in second. Tony Parker, John Stockton, Magic, Penny Hardaway, JoJo White, Oscar Robertson, Gary Payton, and even Westbrook is up there too. He's having an MVP type season. Pretty impressive considering the crazy talent. Gary Payton's leading the league in steals. Our guy LaMelo Ball is up there. Good for him. Got Iverson and Michael Jordan. Westbrook's up there in steals too. So he must be close in the MVP race then. In terms of blocks, we got Ewing, Russell, Hakeem Olajuwon, Anthony Davis, Roy Hibbert. Haven't heard that name in a while, but in his prime, he was a great rim protector. We got Wilt and Kareem, Moses Malone, Tim Duncan, and Andrei Kirilenko, a random, amazing shot blocker from back in the day. Efficiency, Bob Pettit's leading the league with McAdoo in second. The Big O is in third. KD's up there as well with Wilt Chamberlain, Steph Curry, Elgin Baylor. Got Russell Westbrook having an amazing season, as pointed out earlier. Magic Johnson and Rick Barry rounds out the top 10. In terms of game score, we got Bob McAdoo leading that. Oscar Robertson, basically the same names that are up there for the efficiency. So in the third season, we've seen lots of different names up there doing great. Oscar Robertson has had a great run. Kareem, Wilt, checking out the AllStar Game on Team Kevin Durant. He's one of the captains. We got him, Kareem, Magic, Tim Duncan, and Ray Allen starting. And off the bench, which is crazy to say, we got LeBron, Steph, Penny, Bill Walton, David Thompson, Clyde Drexler, and Wes Unseld. Oscar has him, Wilt, Walt Frazier, Larry Bird, and Bob Pettit. Off the bench, we got Julius Erving, Elgin Baylor, KG, McAdoo, John Stockton, Rick Barry, and Tony Parker. Checking out the three-point contest. Steph was the winner last year. Ray Allen won the first year. Let's see who our contestants are. We got Steph returning, Trae Young this year, Gilbert Arenas, Bob Pettit, Peja Stojakovic, and I'm not sure who the Maverick is.
But this is a every man for himself type atmosphere, and the spotlight can sometimes be intimidating.
If anyone knows who that is, let me know. I'm not sure.
You just don't know until you get out there. There's so much pressure, and you don't want to.
Should be a good unit. Let's see who won this. The winner was Bob Pettit. What an insane second leg of his career he's having. The last 2 years, he's been amongst one of the best players of all time in this league. Pretty crazy. So Bob Pettit takes the crown from Steph Curry in the three-point contest. I don't think too many people would have guessed that. I'm not even sure what era Bob Pettit is from. I got to do some research on him if he's this good.
This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching.
All right, on to the dunk contest. Let's see who we got for this one. We got Jaren Jackson from our team, and the winner ended up being Evan Mobley. The way the dunk contest typically works is the veterans don't go in it. As all these legends are getting a couple years older, we're left with a bunch of random rookies and young guys. So Evan Mobley is your dunk contest winner. We didn't get to see a whole bunch of people. In the All-Star Game, looks like Team Oscar took the crown from Team Kevin, with Larry Bird and Oscar Robertson leading the way for their teams. And on Kevin Durant's side, him and Kareem ended up having the most points. Looks like Magic had a good game as well. So Team Oscar takes out Team Kevin in the All-Star Game. We had Bob Pettit win the three-point contest. For MVP, Oscar Robertson repeats. Crazy. His second in a row. I didn't think there was going to be any repeat MVP winners with so much talent in this league, but only 3 years in, we got 2 MVPs from Oscar Robertson. He damn near averaged a triple-double, which I know he's Mr. Triple-Double, but still, in this league, that's pretty crazy. 25 points, 10.6 assists, and he was up there in steals as well. So an absolutely incredible season from Oscar Robertson, proving that the old era can keep up with all the modern guys. Trey Peterson on our team won Rookie of the Year. Ben Simmons, Sixth Man of the Year. He's finally gotten his confidence back, I guess. Bill Russell, Defensive Player of the Year. Makes perfect sense. Most Improved Player, Jalen Green, our slam dunk champion last year. And now, let's see the All-NBA first team. We got Oscar Robertson, Russell Westbrook, Bob Pettit, Kevin Durant, and Bob McAdoo. None of those players are typically thought of as amongst the top 3 to 5 players. Steph Curry, Magic, LeBron, Elgin Baylor, and Bill Walton are the All-NBA second team. Once again, a bit of a surprising list. Walt Frazier, Tony Parker, Dr. J, Rick Barry, and Wilt Chamberlain round out the All-NBA teams with the third team. Definitely some surprising names in there, but when you play in a league this competitive, you never know who's going to be the best. All defense first team, we got MJ, David Thompson, LeBron, Bob Pettit, and Bill Russell. So Bob Pettit, one of the best offensive and defensive players in the league, apparently. Let's see who we have for the all defense second team. We got Oscar Robertson, Gary Payton, Andre Kirilenko, Sidney Wicks, and Mel Daniels. So a couple new names there. By the end of the year, Durant kept his lead as the point leader, points per game. McAdoo, Oscar, Westbrook, Pettit, Curry, Mitch Richmond, Wilt Chamberlain, and Kareem, and Dr. J round out the top 10. Seems like the points stay really consistent from the halfway point to the end of the year, which definitely makes sense. You got Trae Young still in the top 12 there. Looks like Derrick Rose fell off a little bit. Oh, there he is at 19, and Jordan is number 20. Bob Pettit led the league in rebounds by a pretty big margin, actually, with Wilt, Bob McAdoo, Bill Russell, Bill Walton, Kevin McHale, Willis Reed, Mel Daniels, the Diesel Shack, Hakeem rounding out the top 10 for that one. Steph and John Stockton ended up tied for first for assists per game, with Tony Parker, Walt Frazier, JoJo White, Magic, Oscar, Russell, Penny Hardaway, and the Glove rounding out that top 10. Gary Payton kept his lead for steals. LaMelo Ball got to stay near the top 2. Allen Iverson, a very well-known pickpocket. Michael Jordan's up there. Chris Paul, Larry Bird, and we haven't seen Kawhi's name too much, but there's Kawhi rounding out that top 10. In terms of blocks, we got Bill Russell, the Defensive Player of the Year, leading that with Ewing up there, Davis, Olajuwon, Daniels, Bill Walton, Roy Hibbert, Wilt, Willis Reed, and Serge Ibaka, famous Raptor. Haven't seen his name too much. Oscar Robertson led the league in efficiency, which makes sense why he won the MVP again. Got Steph up there. A lot of big men are dominating in this league for sure. Here's the records. Orlando had an insane 64-18, led by Magic, Rick Barry, Chris Bosh. They got Greg Oden from our team. The Bucks had a great season with Steph and Dominique Wilkins leading the way. The Knicks with Kareem and AI had a great season as well. Pistons with the MVP, the two-time MVP, I should say, Oscar Robertson. And then the Raptors, us, we finished with the 11th seed in the Eastern Conference, just not making the play-in. We are really missing Dwight Howard this year, I guess. Not to mention we lost Zion Williamson as well. That's probably why our front court was not keeping up with some of these amazing centers and power forwards on these other teams. On the West side, the worst team was the Pelicans, led by Devin Booker and David Robinson. The Mavs, led by Isaiah Thomas. I'm thinking it was Glenn Rice in the three-point contest. And at the top, Oklahoma City with Gary Payton, James Harden, Giannis, Serge at the top of the West. Golden State with Durant and Tim Duncan, and they sniped Dwight Howard from us as well. The Spurs. So Washington took out the Nets. The Bulls took out Boston, and the Bulls made their way to the play-in. With LeBron and Wilt, I would hope that they'd be in the playoffs. The Lakers ended up making the play-in on that side along with Portland. Portland, once again, had LeBron last year. They won the championship, but LeBron jumped ship to the Bulls. I don't know if Portland was expected to even make the playoffs this time around. Seems like any team that makes the playoffs has a chance to win, though. Each team has at least one or two of the all-time great players in the league. Let's see what happens in the first round here. Orlando gets the sweep on the Bulls. Oscar Robertson and the Pistons move on. The Knicks sweep the Cavs, and Steph and the Bucks move on as well. On the west side, we got Seattle, LA, San Antonio, and Portland. A pretty surprising West Coast. Portland sweeps the Spurs. The Lakers crush Seattle. Orlando squeaks past Detroit, beating LeBron Wilt on the Bulls, as well as the MVP Oscar Robertson. And the Knicks, led by Kareem, take out his old team, the Bucks. In the West Coast final, we got Portland moving on with Bob McAdoo winning Western Conference Finals MVP, and the Knicks taking out the amazing Orlando Magic with Tony Parker. The NBA champion ended up being Portland for the second year in a row. Finals MVP was Penny Hardaway. We're going to have to see what happens next year. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe to Smooth J Gaming.